the man is on fire. Let's just talk about the last time I saw you up here. I could tell you in rebuild mode. You look like you lost some weight. You getting fit again. Your boy.
Yeah. We're getting tight. You know what I'm saying? We back in that gym. You know what I'm saying? Them twice a days.
Them twice a days, man.
Them 2 a days, man. I had to get off that. I just wanted to enjoy myself for a little bit, man.
Yeah.
And just eat
and relax.
Relax.
And you earned it. Why not?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've been working damn near 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like at this point, it's just, man, I had to get back. You know what I'm saying? The reality, get back.
Yeah.
You know, and it took me a minute to kind of finish this album. You know what I'm saying? So I finally finished it.
Yeah.
Really excited about it. You know what I'm saying?
You remember the last time you was excited about a project, it was you when you was working with Beyonce.
Yep.
And I don't know if you remember this, right? I'm gonna tell you this. This is a great story for y'all.
Right.
So there's a Whole Food for those that are streaming us around the world. There's a Whole Food on the street called Ponce de Leon in Atlanta, right? And I'm walking out. I think I came from the gym. I had my hoodie on. I'm walking out of Whole Foods, and I hear, "Yo, ET!" Right? And I'm like, "Who's calling my name in the Whole Foods parking lot? I got a hoodie on. How they know it's me, right?" And it's you. Yeah. And you was in a white Porsche Spider. I want to say it was like a GT4 Spider or something like that with the red guts.
One of my GT,
yeah. I said, he's like, "Yo, hop in the car real quick. I want to let you hear something." I said, "Okay." So we hop in this car, and it's Beyonce's project. And we in there riding. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm getting an insight to this right quick." He's like, "What you think of this shit right here, bro?"
Yeah, man. It was a good time, man. We at the time that was that the B-Day album?
I think so.
Yeah, that was when we was working on the B-Day album. Yeah, man, it was an amazing adventure, man. You know what I'm saying? I've had an incredible career.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I've been really blessed, man. So
yeah,
you know,
I have a friend of mine, he's my manager, Morris. Ike Morris. You know him when you see him, but he goes, "Yeah, man, I remember he said one time you had so much money coming in. I ain't counting your pockets." He said one time you had so much money coming in. He said he had checks underneath his seat he forgot about. I was like, wait. You mean to tell me this man had checks? He's like, checks. They were just sitting underneath the seat. Like, "Oh man, I forgot this is here." Yeah. I just threw it underneath the seat, man. But life is supposed to be that way when you creating empires.
When you really putting it down and working hard, and you know, because a lot of the time I really didn't think about relaxing. I mean, I sort of run into that problem now. It's like, you know, when you in a relationship or when you got friends, girlfriends, or friends, they always want you to do a lot of the relaxing and taking trips and stuff like that. And that really ain't never. That's always been probably a problem.
It's not just you. What I've learned, and weren't we just not talking about this, bro? Me and Fitty were talking about this. What I've learned is anyone that's a creative in whatever space that they're creative in, they don't take vacations. Yeah, I've been at this almost 20 years, and I've never taken a vacation. I've had days where I had off. Yeah. A vacation?
Yeah, vacations are really hard when you're really trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I have made this idea that I'm gonna start trying to take me at least one a year. You know what I'm saying?
Which is good.
Yeah, just because life is short. You know what I'm saying? And you want to take time, man, to just enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, enjoy your friends.
There's got to be a way. I don't like the term life-work balance. I think that's like for poor people. I like the term. I do. Like, I'm like, whenever I hear someone talk about stuff like that, I'm like, "Oh, you got a poor mind." You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that kind of stuff. I think it's more so you could find the moments to enjoy what you've done. You know, enjoy your success. But to call it a balance, it'll never be balanced. I think people who chase the hard things to do are the successful people in life. Yeah. Right? I'm going to go hard in the gym. Well, you get the body results. Yeah. Versus the people like, "I'm going to go chase the surgery." You're not going to get the results you want.
Yeah, not really. And you ain't going to be able to keep them.
You ain't going to be able to keep it because you don't have the discipline to go do the work.
Yeah. So, you know, like right now, man, I'm just, you know, my new album is called Self-Conscious. You know what I'm saying? My new single out right now. You know what I'm saying? Go stream that.
Yes.
It's called Baddies. Shout out to my little brother. Jacquees, man, we really went crazy on this record. Shout out to my brother Keys and Dose Diaz, producers on the record with me, and it's just, I'm just really excited about this album, man. It's just finally got it done, and it's an album for the latest R&B music, but it ain't the sappy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
my shit ain't really sappy.
Bro, you did over the still tipping on folks. When I heard that, I was like, oh, he tapped into this for an R&B song.
We wanted to, you know what? We wanted to have some fun. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do records. A lot of my records on my album are fun. The R&B records are very like records that mean something. Like my next single is really crazy. It's called Girlfriend, featuring Plies and Huncho.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. That's a combination right there alone.
Crazy combination. But I always like to talk about things that people are scared to talk about. I like to talk about things that I feel like is very relevant to what we're going through in our community, what we're going through in life, and I feel like relationships are so difficult today. Like they probably, in my life, I feel like this is the most difficult time I've had in like
do you
trying to be what a woman wants you to be.
Oh God.
Or trying to be all these different things, you know what I'm saying, balancing your whole life. So it's been a roller coaster so I just feel like, songs it's definitely a good time to be a songwriter.
Right. Do you think that you pull from writing more from a woman's perspective or a man's?
Shit, I both. I mean, I feel like because a lot of times, a relationship that you tend to see a woman going through, a lot of times those ain't necessarily the situations I've been through, but they're definitely situations that I've seen someone that I'm close to or someone that I love or care about going through.
Right.
So a lot of the times when I'm able to, doing records for, a Beyonce or, a Sierra, a lot of times, like the irony of the song Goodies was basically like my little sister. And it's like, I wouldn't want nobody to talk to my little sister, not the older guys. You know what I'm saying? So that was just like, my goodies, not my goodies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You may, you may look at me and think that I'm just a young girl, but I'm not just a young girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, it's always perspective. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the way I am as a person, I can be a little bit intellectual at times.
You have to be. You're writing for other people.
Yeah.
That means you have to have the ability, in my opinion, to hold on real quick. These aren't as much. These are $14, but I feel naked without my glasses because you got your glasses on.
Let
me get nerdy like you. Let me get. I feel like
you. Wow.
I feel like you have to be a little bit of a nerd.
Yeah.
To be able to look at somebody else, read their energy, and say this song's gonna work for you.
Yeah.
They don't teach that in school.
Yeah.
You don't find that in art class. Right? That's a gift.
Yeah.
I can look at you, read your energy, say this is gonna work for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. A lot of times that's it's and I find that to be difficult sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like being sort of intellectual, and still being yourself is a little complicated because people sometimes think you've been an asshole. Right. And a lot of times it's not, I'm not being an asshole. I'm just really trying to figure out what you're actually saying. And if I really understand what you're saying, I might, my mom always taught me like, if you don't know something, ask.
Right.
So I'm one of those type of people. I might ask you like 3 or 4 times, like what did you really mean? And what does that really mean to you?
You're right.
Right. And sometimes people just, they just.
I think a lot of times people are, especially, and you can see this a lot in politics, and I'm not pointing the finger at nobody, I'm just saying generally, right? You see it a lot of times in politics, people are just saying what I like to call like just words. They're not defining what they're meaning.
Yeah.
And then if you probe them in the perception of like, well, what does this actually mean and what's this actually going to do? All of a sudden, they'll either not respond or they'll label you something in order to not answer the question because how dare you not understand what I mean? I'm like, well, you're not making any damn sense. How about define what the hell you mean in this topic of conversation instead of trying to belittle me or label me some type of something because you don't want to answer the damn question.
Yeah. I experienced a lot of that. You know, in the industry. You know, I felt like sometimes, you know, people would think that you're being difficult, right?
Right.
Because, you know, my process would always be, you know, hey, Sean, we want you to write. Can you send us a record for this person or send us a record for that person? It's just like, I can, but if I don't really know the person or if I don't get a chance to interact with the person, it's going to be a lot more difficult. That's why I love my song. I love being able to be an artist myself and be able to sing my own songs, because a lot of times the way that I want to interpret a record or the way I wanted to deliver it to the fans, I want to sing it in the way I want to see it, sing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sing the shit feeling constrained, or, you know, I feel like some artists play shit safe. You know what I'm saying? My music ain't never safe. You know what I'm saying? It's just very raw and uncut. And I like it that way. You know what I'm saying? I can be as diverse as I want to be. I can be rapping 1 minute, singing and rapping. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some shit that I don't have an explanation for.
Right. The combination of artists you combined with this project, would you call them the unsafe artists? Like the group, like, you know, if DC had their comics, Marvel has theirs, Sean Garrett has.
I would say so. That's a good point. Yeah, I would say a lot of the artists on here, we got a lot of these records are really raw. You know what I'm saying? They really edgy. Because they can pull it off. Yeah. And they felt, you know, what was crazy is that they felt good about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a joint with Tank. You know, when people hear the song, they be like, damn, Tank got in another bag.
You know what's so dope about, let me tell you what's so dope about Tank. I know I don't know him. If you see this, bro, I know I don't know you, but this is what I think is the best thing that's happened for him.
Yeah.
He's on podcasts talking and people get to know him.
Yeah.
And so when he does music now, it's like you're familiarized with the personality of him, not just the music side.
Yeah.
So now if he does go far right or far left, it's like, I heard you talk about this.
Yeah. See, that's the same thing with me. It's like, I never really used to talk so much to people. I just love the work because I didn't want to be known for anything, but my whole point was I only wanted to be known for hits. I didn't want people to ever get me confused. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to drive home that I am the greatest songwriter, producer of my generation. So I mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my plight. That was the idea. Like, I wanted to have more number ones than anyone. I wanted to write more number one songs than anyone that I was competing with. Just because I'm an athlete, you know what I'm saying? And so my mentality has always been, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it for TV.
Right.
You know? And so now it's like, I'm really happy that a lot of the young songwriter producers look up to me and they ask for advice in so many different ways. It really feels good. You know what I'm saying? It was a great payoff. Right.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, now turning the block and doing your own albums, that's a lot of hard work, but at the same time, there's going to be something that comes out of this. I feel like I'm going to teach people how to be yourself without being unapologetic. You know, like, I'm totally unapologetic by my R&B. You know, my R&B is not like someone else. Like, Breakup was not someone else's type of record. You know what I'm saying? That was my first record off my mixtape, right? Which was, we were calling it mixtape then, you know what I'm saying? But the Inkwell was a whole album. And I had everyone from Nicki Minaj to, you name it, Gucci Mane, Tiger.
I mean, your nickname, The Pen, was given to you by Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
That's incredible. So and now that's carried so much weight to the point to where, you know, you got to get the pen to write this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't even call you Sean some places. That's the pen.
That's right.
Hey, the pen's coming in and get the VIP section ready, right? Yeah. That's pretty, I feel pretty damn good also.
It feels damn good.
Good, nice, like, you know what I'm saying? If my name was like The Pen, that's a certified ego rub. Like, yeah, appreciate it. Right here, thank you.
I mean, you know, also, I think what came with that, though, it was like, because I remember asking him, like, what up, man? What do I owe you for that, man? He was just like, you know, just make me proud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I always liked about working with people that held a standard. Like, a lot of those people that I work with, they had a very, very high standard.
Yes.
Like, and you sort of miss that sometimes when, sometimes people be like, hey, Sean, you think you're going to ever have a song bigger than Yeah? And it's like, depending on who I'm working with, right? Because Usher, hands down, is one of the greatest entertainers we've seen.
Right.
Or even Chris Brown. I mean, I feel like Chris is actually morphing into his real self, right? He was himself. We knew he was amazing from day one, but now I feel like he's really getting comfortable back in his skin to where he's sort of like, did away with the BS that he kept having to keep hearing over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? We all make mistakes or whatever, but it's just like growing is a great thing. You know what I'm saying? To grow and to understand that, life can teach you some very, strong lessons. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like we all learn, man. And it's like I just feel like, he's in a pocket where he's learned a lot about himself and a lot about the business. And we all do. That shit is this is a crazy business.
It's a crazy business.
Not only is it a crazy business, it's a crazy life.
I don't think people understand the music industry unless they're actually in it and making money in it. At any level. I don't care if it's a DJ, radio, podcaster. If it's involved with the music industry, the lifestyle that's behind it, the work, the business, everything that goes into it. I've asked this same question to a lot of people, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask it for you and as a man. And because I know you're very much alpha, I will always revert back to our conversation between Kobe and LeBron in the studio together. But we ain't bringing that up.
Right.
But
let's keep it cordial.
Let's keep it cordial. But I will say, respectfully, I've said this many a times. Most men, not all, have to cry in the shower, pray in the shadows. No one cares about our plight. They don't care.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially black men. Like, we get no grace.
Yeah.
So, where do you put your pain?
I definitely put my pain in the music.
Okay.
Because it's challenging, man. Like every day is not necessarily an easy day. Especially when you got kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like because you got to always be on point. And that's another thing you try to explain to people. It's like, but listen, I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I have to be here. I got to make it for them. You know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen. You can have a disaster to happen, right? You can have some weird stuff happen and, you're in a situation. You know what I'm saying? And I can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to be here for my children. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be there for my children. I want to be able to see it through for them, to be here as long as God permits me to be here, to be able to teach them the things of just being able to deal with people, not just being successful, but how to deal with people, how to deal with the stress, how to deal with the pain that comes with trying to be successful. And trying to do the right thing is difficult because it seems as if today is like there's a lot of people that don't really give a damn about doing it the right way. They just want to do it.
No, so I've said this too. You're saying the same thing what I said. The era that we're in, and because I don't even think it's an age thing. I think it's just an era because the influence of stupid has spanned generations now. But people don't want to be dope no more. They just want to get on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do anything to get on. So. I'll DJ your club for 4 hours for $100. I'm trying to get on. I'll host your party for $50 and some wings. I'm trying to get on. I'll do this and then when if you do come across someone that's actually talented or gifted, two separate things, by the way, and they get on, then they start to request the bigger dollar, and the person's like, well, I've been paying you $50 in wings for 4 years. Why would I start paying you $1,000 now? Well, I was just trying to get on. No, that's the problem. You're not trying to be dope where you can demand the big check up front. You were trying to be on.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And so I think that, personally, where we might come from an era of like, we're trying to be the shit.
Yeah.
I want to get recognized because I'm dope.
Yeah.
Not because I want to get on,
And that's the whole thing. It's like, you still, I'm still pushing the envelope every day, still wanting to create records that are great for people, shout out to Summer Walker, working on the summer album. I'm working on some stuff for Chris, working on different different artists always, because it's just what I love to do. And even some of the newer artists, I'm really excited about the newer artists. R&B is starting to really feel like it's on the way back for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I got 2 R&B nights a week, bro. That alone should tell you.
You gotta pop up.
You got to. That alone should tell you that the world, the audience is they're thriving for it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm having 2 R&B parties outside.
That's crazy.
Outside of my other clubs that I do, and even in those other clubs that I do, we have an R&B sets, you know, that are like requirements.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now for the club, so that should tell you a lot.
Nah, that shit is crazy. Those R&B parties are definitely
panty raids and Escalades. I love it.
It's good shit.
Yeah, no. So I mean, the project is called what again? Go ahead, bro.
It's called Self-Conscious. Basically, you know, I'm very conscious now that, you know, I tend to probably choose. I may not make the best choices in women, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, man. When you
know
see
what
that
I'm saying?
asshole
It's like,
match, it's hard.
It's like, yeah, the physical is definitely what takes you for a fall. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and it's so much to learn from just getting along. I mean, you could actually get along with someone at the beginning, right? And then it starts to morph into something else because there's a certain sense of expectations that start to come. And it's just like, wait a minute, I'm not even there in my life yet to where I want to do that quite yet. I still have some goals that I'm trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? And those accomplishments obviously would incorporate whomever I've chosen to be with, right?
Right.
But it's just like trying to explain yourself today is just complicated.
Imagine, and this is gonna sound like a big ego stroke, but it's just an analogy. And I don't know, and I have to say this because I don't know where people think analogies means apples to apples.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It means trying to explain something to understand the topic of the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's never gonna be apples to apples, morons. But but the analogy is like, imagine Einstein trying to explain math to a second grader at his level. It's like you're not gonna get it, you know. And it's frustrating to Einstein, who's E equal MC squared, and you're over here on 2 + 2 is 4. You get what I'm saying? So like that's the analogy. Now I'm not calling you. I'm
gonna let you say that, ET, because I don't want nobody saying I was calling him. You know, but not. You know what? It's relative. It's relative, man. It's just like it's very difficult today. It's like.
Nobody wants to hear it though. They think you're being arrogant or mean or egotistical, and anytime someone doesn't understand something, rather than them saying, "I don't get it," let me figure it out, they'll throw
the ego. The ego comes in.
Yeah, let me label. You're narcissistic. No, you're just an idiot. You're a phobic. No, you're wrong, and you don't want to admit it. Yeah. That's all.
Or you don't want to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most frustrating thing for me. It's just like nobody really wants to take the time. They're asking a lot of you. Right? So you want me to sacrifice everything I got for you. But I can't talk to you about your attitude. No. I can't talk to you about, hey, I don't like to really get into those type of confrontational scenarios. Like, I don't want to do that. And now now you're a narcissist.
Right.
Now you're
labeled because you're not going to agree with my perspective. So let me label you.
Shit crazy. Shit crazy, bro. You know, and it's just like, you know, you end up being responsible. And on top of that, you know, people just be wanting you to be responsible for them. Like being responsible for everything that comes with them. It's like, I can't be responsible for you if you're not going to be responsible for you.
Right.
Right. And that's just like, even my kids, like, you know, it's just like, you know, that's the part that you teach your kids. It's like, hey, I'm telling you right now, at 5 years old, you got to be responsible for those toys. That goes where it needs to go, or it's getting thrown away. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I think, you know, all of it plays a role. All of it plays a role, right? So from the perspective of like, if you're not doing that with your kids, you're gonna have, and you definitely, if you're not doing that in whatever situation you decide to get in, you definitely putting yourself at a loss.
Do you create drama in your relationships to write better songs?
Absolutely not. Like, hell nah. Bro, like, you know, like personally.
Like, I'm about to piss this bitch off and it's going to be a hit.
Nah, but you know what's crazy? But women think that. Or some women that I know.
I know a girl, not going to say who, and I know another very well-known writer, not going to say who. She thinks that he tries to piss her off and then we'll go to the studio and be like,
how fucking crazy is that? Excuse my French, but like, how crazy is that? Like to really,
that,
like to really, I know, but that's the point. Like to actually think that I'm gonna
sit in the car and be like, you know what? Let me piss this bitch off today.
Nah, it's just like, man, I really be like, just I really don't even. When I think about music, I think about it when I go in to record. You know, I don't ever write anything down, so it's just like everything is in my mind. So I like to experience life. I like to sometimes I'd like to just go places and just kick it. You know what I'm saying? I know some people have seen me around the city. You know, I just like to go and just chill and just watch people, talk to people, you know what I'm saying? And understand how people
catch the vibe and then go
you know what I'm saying? And then I go, because now I have a whole soap opera of conversation or information that, damn, I never really even looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I've had people ask me, do I ever get writer's block? And it's like, never. Because I'm always really, and part of that is just like being excited about life. So I'm excited to go meet people. You know what I'm saying? I'm always excited to meet people. I'm always excited to win. I'm always excited to, you know, I'm always excited to change the energy in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like now, you know what I'm saying? Like Baddies, you know, everybody is sort of doing these mids, you know, and Baddies is more of a party song, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Excitement.
It's a party
and it's encouraging to the women, you know what I'm saying?
And all sounds good on there. I was like, okay, this is the record he needs.
Yeah, Quay going crazy. Yeah, he said he going crazy, man.
He needs this.
Yeah, shout out to my brother, Jack Queese.
And he goes first.
Yeah, I put it. Yeah.
Let him go first. So it's almost like the alley-oop. Like, here you go, little bro.
Hey, it's gratitude. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too is like, I never really mind helping people. You know what I'm saying? That's been probably the one thing that I think that separates me from what people would say of successful people. Like, I don't mind helping people. You know what I'm saying? I never was that type of artist that's like, nah, I gotta have this shit for myself. It's just, that mindset just doesn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not that now don't get me wrong, I'm definitely protective of myself. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, I enjoy seeing other people journey turn into success. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, me and Fitty were talking about empire builders and the people who are the limelight, right?
Yeah.
Right. Beyonce is just a star.
Yeah.
You know, some people are the empire builders, the stage handlers. Without that, the star can't be the star.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
For
So
sure.
it all goes together.
Yeah.
They all play a part. You know, I need you in order to be this. Tell me what you think of this statement. And this is a statement that I've kind of cultivated over time. Is I think that discovering your talents are just tools to get to your gifts.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like,
I don't think that, because if I just because I can sing doesn't mean I'm supposed to be a star.
Yeah.
That's the talent.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of times life is a journey. Like, you know, you don't even get a chance to, like, sometimes people, like, I just find it interesting. People be like, you're 30 years old. It's like, man, I'm getting old. I'm like, you're really just getting into, like, you're not even in your prime yet.
You're barely understanding yourself.
You just got out the house. Yeah. You just understood how your damn arm worked.
Right.
And I think that's the part that, you know, when you talk about success or when you talk about the things that you're striving to do, don't shortchange yourself. You know, I would say to a lot of younger people or people that's trying to do something and accomplish a goal, you know, just don't give up on your idea. Like, it's work. You know what I'm saying? And you and once you put that into your mindset of understanding, like, look, man, this is a decision that I gotta make, and this decision I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna stick with this shit.
Yeah.
That's when you realize you never know what type of other success that comes with you just trying to be successful at one thing.
I have these conversations with people like you because one, you've been successful. Two, you have your own music. Three, you've created empires or been part of empires for other people.
Yeah.
And I don't think having conversations like this all the time with like newer artists, they haven't lived that yet.
Yeah.
Much respect. I was talking to I got a great opportunity to connect with Victoria Monet, right? Just now
Super talented.
Super talented.
Yeah.
Just kind of like now getting her as a grown woman.
Yeah.
And there was a time in an era where it was like, if you got past a certain age, forget it. The industry would have told you no.
Yeah.
Now people don't care so much about, I would say, age. As long as whatever you can do, you can sell it.
Well, I mean, you know why? Because damn, real life that kicked in. You know what I'm saying?
Because dope is dope, I think.
Well, yeah, and also shit rough out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need a job. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, if you're really passionate about something, I've always felt like, shit, you can do whatever you want to do. Because I was told so many times, from the gate when I was young, younger, really young, that, man, them songs, nobody's gonna like them songs. And I was just saying, I thought to myself, I was like, these motherfuckers are crazy. Like,
Right.
I'm way better than him, but I respect him, but I'm gonna smoke him.
Right.
Right. And that was my mindset. And my mindset has always been that way. I've never felt like I was getting ready to be second. I've never felt like I was getting ready to lose. I've never felt like that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people take it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you might be cocky or whatever. It's like, shit, no, I'm confident that I came to do what the fuck I came to do.
Cocky is only first of all, cocky is supposed to be said when the person that you're talking about is cocky for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a reason, that's not called cocky. That's called accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay. I can stand on my accomplishments. That's not cocky, baby. Right? You might not like that I'm calling it out.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change that it's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, and I always found it very.
It's always losers to me. I'm gonna say it.
What's always been funny as hell to me, it'll be like the same people that can go out here and pop their shit.
Yeah.
They be those same ones that's trying to tell you not to pop your shit. And I'm like, ain't you the same motherfucker I just seen? Like, you was just online, going crazy about what you are, what you do, who you are, how much, what kind of car you popping. You know what I'm saying?
And the moment you say something now, oh, he's arrogant, he cocky. That's like, bro, you can't call it that when it's accomplished.
Yeah,
Tom Brady saying I got 7 Super Bowl championships. That's not cocky.
Nah.
I did it. I'm calling it out. Now what?
Yeah, because he definitely went through the times where he wasn't first round draft pick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, picked 199.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's nuts.
He was picked 199. He said, I'm gonna figure it out.
And so for those of you all that are watching, just stay focused on your heart. Like, go with what you love. Even when it's about people, you got to be patient with people. You got to be patient with your time. I hear a lot of times, I hear women say, I'm leaving. Girl, you need to leave him. And I just be like, well, where they going?
Nowhere.
Like, where y'all go? Like, where y'all going?
And by the way, Fitted, I'm sorry about this, bro. We having a long conversation, but this is my brother real quick. So I just wanted to say this to you about relationships. I have this thing to say. And it matters because you do write love records. And I think the problem is, and I'm going to try to make it even for men and women.
Yeah. Okay,
it's not a poking thing. But I tend to see people who are caught in their feelings. They're chasing the emotion of something. So let's say they were in a relationship. They were once happy. The sex was once good. They once had this. They once had that. Then something happens and it goes away. They think they got to go find it somewhere else. Well, you're chasing the emotion instead of chasing the goal of trying to figure out life with you. If you once had it, you got to chase the knowledge of how to get it again.
Exactly.
Right? Chasing the emotions is like trying to hold sand in your hand. It's eventually going to fall out.
Yeah.
Chase the goal and the knowledge, and you will always have the same.
You'll always have it. And it's like, that's the part that's very complicated. It's just like you go through these roller coasters with these people in their mind, and their mind is so complex and lost when it comes to understanding like what is your foundation?
Right.
Like, what are you standing on? What is it about you? Not what is it about somebody that somebody can do for you.
Right.
What is it that you're doing for yourself that means something of value to someone else? That's how I always look at things. That's the reason why it's like, hey, I can really write songs and produce songs. Then I'm going to do that for other people. Because I know if I could do that shit for other people, right, I can definitely do it for myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so that, to me, a lot of that shit was trial. I was like, hey, if I can go send Usher through the moon, let me see if I can really send him through the moon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In competing with my big homie and I'm one of the biggest fans of Jermaine Dupri. But that's what I put on myself. That was the first big challenge. I said, man, if I can get on, first of all, if I can get on this Confessions album.
Right.
Because that shit was dead boat. You know what I mean? If you wasn't locked into their crew and locked into what
there
was no way you were going to get in. But I was blessed enough, man,
Didn't Little John also help produce some of that? Or that
Yeah. So what happened was Little John actually had, shout out to my girl, Delicia. Delicia, if you watching, I owe Delicia some checks and dinner. And because Delicia at the time was Little John's assistant. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know Lil Jon. But I had this idea. I was like, yo, my publisher at the time, Billy Calloway and Shakir, God bless Shakir's soul. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, I want some of them Lil Jon beats. Because I'm going to do a song for Usher on a Lil Jon beat. And they thought I was crazy. It was like, nigga, what? Lil Jon beats? Lil Jon do crunk music. I was like, yeah, exactly. But I love those beats.
Yeah.
Right? And so Delicia was sweet enough, man, to get me a CD.
This story's going to get 10, just so you know, but go ahead.
Okay, of 10 try. Yeah, I know you're going to chop this shit up. But of 10, that's why I wanted to just talk, and you can cut up what you want to. But it was it's a CD of 10 tracks, man. And out of those 10 tracks, I ended up doing Goodies and out of those 10. So
and you know what's let me add to your story, which you don't know. On our side of the music industry,
okay,
I was an intern at the other station, right? Yeah. As an intern, Empress Cersei worked with Little Jon. They went to school together.
Yeah, Empress. Yeah, Cersei. Yeah.
Empress Cersei was the head national mix show coordinator. So when John did, he said, because Confessions, I think, was supposed to be the first single.
Burn
was supposed to be the first single. And Cersei was like, nah. He MP3 to all the DJs. Yeah, because John did the beat.
Yeah.
And when people ask about the role of DJs and the importance, that's the information you guys don't see.
And I mean,
that's what y'all don't see.
Yeah, and that so out of that also is those relationships, the positioning, and the relentlessness.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, even with other producers, man, it's just like some people feel like, hey, man, you got more shine than me. It's like, nigga, do you know what I had to go through to make sure that this record was bought by those people? I've sat in that studio for probably about 3 days to cut these vocals, to get them proper enough to even get to the point of the chairman loving the record to put it out first. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much that comes with, and shout out to all my producers and collaborators that I've ever collabed with, man. I love all of them. I've been so blessed to work with so many great people. That's another thing that I feel like is very important, is just keeping your relationships solid. You know what I'm saying? From the great DJs, the great radio execs, all of y'all, man. I mean, y'all have been so important in my life. Just having a relationship with y'all, just being able to communicate with you guys sometimes and sort of give y'all a different take of like the shit that I go through or the shit y'all go through. Yeah, right. And just having that relationship is it's just so important.
The music industry is big, man. I just want to say I appreciate you stopping by, bro. I don't want to keep you. I could talk to you all day because we have so many stories about being in this industry. But
that's right.
The record is out. I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. Go check it out. It's going to be playing at all my R&B parties. Salute to Sean Garrett. Salute to Jacquees out there. Congratulations on the baby, by the way, sir. DeAndrea,
that boy doing big things, man. That boy got big things popping.
He's doing it, man.
He got a label, man. Yo, man, Quee going crazy, man. Shout out to
and he's in the gym getting his body right.
He went crazy.
Bro, I salute you, bro.
Yo, man, I'm like, I gotta catch this little man. Come here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He going crazy on me now. So I gotta I'm probably about 8 pounds. 8 to 10 pounds off yet, so I'm
where you want to be.
Yeah, where I want to be.
Yeah.
So I'm finna go crazy this next.
I'm working on dropping another 60.
Hey man, you gonna get that off. I done seen you. I seen you when you was slim as hell.
So we in this thing, man. You guys keep it right here though, man. It's your boy ET Sean Garrett, man. Let's go.